Hello friends, welcome to Lezend YouTube channel. Okay, welcome. Today there will be another session of current affairs. So our first topic is Cyclone Nisarga. Yes, you must have heard in the previous class, you remember that we discussed how names are given to the cyclones, and IMD is given the responsibility to name the cyclones in the Indian Ocean region. So Nisarga was the name of the first name in the given list. Recent list which was released by IMD, Nisarga was the first name, and this name was suggested by Bangladesh. This was the first name of the list which was recently released, and this was suggested by the Bangladesh. So what is the meaning of Nisarga? Nisarga meaning to leave, chhod dena, which better. The meaning of Nisarga is. So why is it news when you come to that component? So there was a storm in Arabian Sea. First it was a depression, then a depression has formed, and that later it intensified into a severe cyclonic storm. So IMD had named it Nisarga, and this was heading initially towards Mumbai. So people of Mumbai were scared because Mumbai people are already suffering with COVID-19. It is the highest case. Maharashtra is registering highest number of COVID cases in India. The total more than 80,000 cases, 88,000 cases, total cases, and people of Maharashtra are already suffering. So there was a danger lurking by the name of Nisarga on the west coast of India. So this was initially IMD thought this will make a landfall in Mumbai. But what happened is this cyclone when it started coming towards the shore, it had changed its direction. It was starting a bit eastwards also, northward. Initially it was moving in the direction of north, and then it started moving in the direction of east also. So instead of Mumbai, it had made the landfall in Alibag. It had made the landfall in Alibag, which is approximately 90 kilometers from Mumbai. So because the last cyclone, the last super cyclone which had happened in Mumbai was in 1891 in the month of June. 1891 in the month of June, and the previous cyclone storm which happened in which came to Mumbai was in 2009 by the name Fayan. So Fayan made the landfall in Mumbai in 2009 in November month. But if this was going to hit Mumbai, this was going to be the severe super cyclonic storm after 1891 only, in the month of June especially. That's why this is termed so many times. So this mainly was impacting three districts: Thane, Raigad and Pune. And there were three casualties. 3 people died, 1 from Alibag and 2 from Pune, and many people injured, and few cattle also had lost their lives due to this cyclone Nisarga. And on June 3rd it made landfall in Alibag, and its effect was till Indore in Madhya Pradesh. Its effect was able to be seen in Indore also, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Initially it made a landfall when it came to the seashore. When it crossed the seashore, the speed of the air was around 100 to 110 kilometers per hour, and which had increased to 120 kilometers per hour. Right. So due to this cyclone Nisarga, Mumbai had got no major damage. The damage was only done in these three districts. So there was a good thing happened due to cyclone Nisarga. The air quality index of Mumbai came down to 17. Air quality index had came down to 17. Actually, the Mumbai's air quality was less only due to the lockdown. There was a lockdown in the country. So due to that lockdown, the air quality had come down. It was in the good range, but it had still fallen down to 17, and the people of Mumbai could breathe fresh air due to this cyclone Nisarga. This, according to the IMD, this happened because due to the strong winds and rain. Due to rain and strong winds, the air quality of Mumbai city had come down to 17. So due to this storm, there was so much waterlogging in these three districts of Maharashtra. Right, so many roads were blocked, waterlogging happened, so many roads were blocked. Even many flights were diverted. Few flights were diverted and many flights were cancelled also. We know that there were no flights previously, and from 25th onwards only there were flights had resumed, right? So thus, that was something about Cyclone Nisarga. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is, this was a judgment by Bombay High Court, right to decent burial for COVID-19 patients. Right to decent burial for COVID-19 patients. So what happened was, initially on April 9th, the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Municipal Corporation gave a notification, a sort of circular press release, saying that there will be 20 cemeteries. There will be 20 cemeteries in Mumbai for the burial and cremation of the COVID-19 patients. The burial and cremation of COVID-19 patients, including three cremation centers from Bandra. 3 cremation centers from Bandra. So Bandra is a very heavily populated area in Mumbai, very heavily populated, and these 3 cemeteries were interconnected. So this locality, the locality of Bandra, was extremely populated, and 4 petitions were filed. 4 petitions were filed by the local people in the Bombay High Court, saying that this burial, since this Bandra is a heavily populated, since this Bandra is a densely populated area, the cremation of COVID-19 patients in this area may lead to the increase of cases. So this, what they meant is, the local people who live near these burial grounds may get infected with COVID-19. Right? We see there are many people who live in all the cities majorly, who live surrounding these burial grounds. So 4 people from them had filed a petition in the Bombay High Court. So then the state government had answered to the court, saying that according to World Health Organization and according to the central government guidelines, there is no proof that COVID-19 is transmitted by dead bodies. There is a statement from WHO also saying that dead bodies do not transmit COVID-19. Dead bodies do not transmit the spread of COVID-19. So there was the state government of Maharashtra had replied to the High Court, saying that according to the World Health Organization statements and central government guidelines, there is no proof that it's impossible, actually, not proof. The dead bodies cannot transmit COVID-19, which is a highly impossible. And the government is also taking care that when a person dies with COVID-19, chemical treatment is done to the body, and it is wrapped in a plastic cover. Apart with chemical treatment, the body of the dead person is wrapped in plastic cover to see that no liquid oozes out from the body, and this transmission cannot happen. Unless liquids are oozing from a dead body, it is not possible for the dead bodies to transmit this COVID-19. That was the statement of state government of Maharashtra. The Bombay High Court had listened to all these petitions, listened to all these discussions on this case, and it had rejected all the petitions. It had rejected all the petitions filed by these 4 petitioners, saying that there is no proof that dead bodies transmit COVID-19. And actually, the Bombay High Court initially wanted to fine these people. Fine these people for filing such baseless petitions and wasting court's time. So initially they wanted to fine these 4 petitioners, but the judge thought that these people might have filed these cases. Might have filed these cases because they might have panicked. They might have got panicked because the circumstances are like that. People get panicked sometimes. So they might have panicked, and in that state they have filed these cases. So in keeping that in their view, they are not going to fine these petitioners and leave them this time. And that was the judgment, that was the verdict of Bombay High Court. Bombay High Court's important points were in the judgment were, right to decent burial. The right to decent burial అంటే ఒక మనిషి చనిపోయినాక అతను గౌరవప్రదంగా అంతిమ సంస్కారాలు చేయడం అతని ప్రాథమిక హక్కులోకి వస్తుంది. What is the part of fundamental right under Article 21. Under Article 21 అతని ప్రాథమిక హక్కు అవుతుంది సరి అయిన అంతిమ సంస్కారాలు అందుకోవడం. So it is right to decent burial is a fundamental right of every person, whether every person who had died of COVID-19. So that was this verdict of Bombay High Court, and this Bombay High Court had referred Article 21, guys. Article 21 is right to life and personal liberty. This gambit of Article 21 was increased by the Supreme Court, and dani borders ni right to life and personal liberty ni Supreme Court previously oka case lo, oka landmark case lo దాన్ని వివరించింది, దాన్ని ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేసింది. In the case of Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India, we will discuss all the important landmark cases also in our current affairs classes. So Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India landmark judgment in Supreme Court. In this case, the Supreme Court had enhanced the gambit of the power of Article 21, saying that Article 21, our right to life is not just like animal existence, oka pashula batikundadam kaadu. Right to life is to right for proper education, so many, it has got so much definitions. Right to privacy, right to personal liberty, right to proper environment, right against handcuffing, right for jobs, and all this, right for fast trials. So all these things were expanded under Article 21 in the case of Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. So this Bombay High Court had said that right to decent burial also is a fundamental right of the human being under Article 21. And it had said an Oscar Wilde quotation, a quote from Oscar Wilde. Which is important, guys. Okay, that was the details of right to decent burial. Let's move on to the next topic. Yes, our next topic is silent hypoxia. We are seeing that this COVID-19 patients are increasing day by day. The cases of COVID-19 are increasing at a fast scale. So there was a problem. Actually, let us try to understand what is hypoxia. So guys, in our blood, there are certain levels of oxygen levels. I'll tell you, arteries carries oxygenated blood. Arterial oxygen levels in our body must be between 75 to 100 millimeters of mercury. This is the arterial oxygen levels, and the readings according to pulse oximeter is an instrument, guys. It is used to measure the oxygen levels of a person. Pulse oximeter levels must be between 90 to 100. Actually, to be precise, 94 to 100. Right? So, when these oxygen levels in the blood fall beyond 90, అంటే వీటి లెవెల్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే 90 కంటే కిందికి వెళ్తాయో, then a person will experience confusion because enough amount of oxygen is not being sent to brain. The brain is unable to get required amount of oxygen. So that stage when the pulse oximeter levels fall below 90, then the person experiences confusion, mental disturbances, lethargy, and breathlessness and coughing. So person actually whose oxygen levels are falling beyond 90, those people will experience all these symptoms: confusion, mental disturbances, lethargy, breathlessness and coughing. But if this oxygen level falls below 80, this will lead to a situation called, this will lead to a situation called acute, first it will damage the internal organs, the vital organs. It will damage these vital organs called acute respiratory problem. Acute respiratory problem. Yes, this is called hypoxia. But what is silent hypoxia? In COVID-19 patients, there is a situation that even when the oxygen levels are falling below 80 also, these patients are not showing any symptoms, but they are alert and active. And this situation is called silent hypoxia or happy hypoxia. Silent hypoxia or happy hypoxia, and suddenly, but they are not showing any symptoms, but they are facing this problem, acute respiratory problem. Their vital organs are being damaged because their oxygen every organ of the body wants oxygen, needs oxygen, right? And vital organs are being damaged, and they are going to a condition called COVID pneumonia. Understood? So actually medical experts are unable to know the reason that why this is happening. This was seen in many patients, and why this is happening, medical practitioners have no clue. Right? Actually, what happens is when a person is suffering with COVID-19, initially the lungs work well. In the later stages, the lungs functioning falls down, and the ability of the person to absorb oxygen also falls down. And these lungs become stiff, or either in the later stage of COVID-19, the lungs become stiff, or fluid gets accumulated in their lungs. This is not happening, but people are still experiencing silent hypoxia in the initial stages also. So this is disturbing. This is creating a problem for the doctors. So what is the treatment for this silent hypoxia? Silent hypoxia, so what has to be done is the pulse oximeter levels of these COVID-19 patients have to be tested for the 2 weeks time. you know this COVID-19 will be there for a person suffers from COVID-19 for a period of 2 weeks time. So 2 weeks time the doctors have to check these pulse oximeter levels of the patient regularly. And if at all he is suffering from silent hypoxia, oxygen therapy must be given. Oxygen support must be given to the patient. Oxygen support must be given to this patient who are suffering from silent hypoxia, because you are detecting them, right, by using this pulse oximeter levels. In that way you can save this person's life, because this can happen, this silent hypoxia can happen throughout the body, and or it can happen to a region, a particular region of the body also. So it's a dangerous situation, right? So that was something about silent hypoxia. I think you have understood. So let us meet in the next current affairs session. Thank you.